All right, so we're about to get started. I have about a minute left for us to start the live. I see two people in here already, so shout out to those two people that joined me. Like always, man, I don't want to repeat myself, but I will, I guess. It's always nerve-wracking. I'm not sure how many people we'll have in tonight, but yeah, at the end of the day, we're just here having a conversation, and hopefully you guys enjoy. And honestly, I have very, very little topics here. So if you guys have anything in mind that you guys want to talk about here in the live or any comments or whatnot, please feel free to drop them, because this might be a very short live tonight in case we don't have too much interaction.
Welcome to Nomas Podcast Live, where we will react to videos, talk about current trending events, and possibly one or two conspiracies. So let's sit back, relax, and let's chat.
Nomas.
And we are live. Welcome back to Nomas Podcast Live. I'm super excited, nervous at the same time, but that's a recurring thing that I always go through when coming on live. Is just we never really know how the lives are gonna go. But yeah, just to really enjoy them and enjoy that I'm able to like chat with you guys. And I do see Cynthia. Let me see if I can pull up your comment. Hey, it's been quite a bit of time that I don't see you in the live, so it's very, very good to see you, Cynthia. Thank you also by dropping that last comment on the last post I did on Instagram. Yeah, I'll get into that right now shortly. On that comment, that's pretty crazy that that actually happened. So we'll get into that. Just if you do mind, just reminding me in case I forget. But all right, so let's get started. If you are new to the live, welcome. My name is Angel Houseman. I do lives every Sunday at 8 o'clock, almost every Sunday, whenever I can, honestly. And every Wednesday, I do a podcast 6 p.m. So if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we have multiple different topics, from paranormal, conspiracies, from ayahuasca type of content. But yeah, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Always encourage people to call in, drop a message here, a voice message, in case you want to interact more with the channel. It's been only a couple of times that I do get the interaction, but honestly, I'm not going to stop preaching that. I really want to encourage more and more people just to be part of the community and part of like especially the lives, not only the podcast, but just the lives in general. I really want to make it more of a group environment rather than just me, right? It'll make it a lot easier, and at the same time, it'll be more it'll be more funner, right, for everybody just to come in and drop a couple just different points of views and things, and just fun topics to talk about. Yeah, with that being said, before I started the live, I asked ChatGPT, you know what, I think it's very important. Life is hard, right? Life is super hard. We have everybody here in this realm, everybody here joining us right now that's like listening to me. We have endless amounts of roles that we play on a day-to-day basis, from, being an employee. If you have kids, being a father, being a mother, just being a friend, so many different things. So I value every single person that joins me. So I did ask ChatGPT to give me some sort of a mantra and some sort of, I guess, some motivation for the upcoming week for all of us, including myself. I literally asked ChatGPT, I asked, I'm about to do a live. What message would you suggest giving the audience for the beginning of their week? Starting tomorrow, being Monday, almost like a mantra, and for me as well, right? And this is the mantra that it gave me for all of us. All right, so this upcoming week, let's move with intention, no pressure. Let's stop chasing and start aligning. Whatever's meant for you is already forming. Your job is just to keep showing up with discipline and faith. Whether it's small wins or big breakthroughs, we're stacking momentum. No comparing, no doubting, just flow. Let's lock in and make this week count, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And I got that right because I just felt like I myself at times need that motivation. I need that reassurance. So I wanted to provide some sort of mantra, not only for myself, but for you guys, right? Like I said, we're all busy. We all deal with different situations. We second guess ourselves with so many different things on just, the upcoming day, like, am I going to wake up early to go to work? Am I even going to wake up tomorrow, right? Knock on wood, but I hope all of us wake up tomorrow and make it to work on time and safe. So there's many different worries that we all deal with. So I just wanted, like the mantra stated, like whatever's meant for you, it's already manifesting in the spiritual realm, right? Just believe in yourself, keep, taking one step forward every single day, and eventually everything that is meant for you will be for you. I think I was mentioning to Arlene, actually. I see Arlene showing up here as well. Let me pull up your comment right here. Arlene, thank you for showing up. And I think I mentioned to Arlene, I'm not sure if it was yesterday or a little bit earlier, I mentioned that, sorry, lost. Oh, yeah, I mentioned that I'm never really fully ready for lives, right? I try to prepare myself for a life. I try to have a couple clips, a couple reels, TikToks, just so I can showcase and not bore you guys, right? But essentially, I'm never really truly ready, right? Because I just don't know how it's going to turn out. And I just appreciate everybody here showing up. And here, this mantra tells you just, believe in yourself, trust. And if let's say if this life, it becomes a flop, right? Or let's say, giving it a different perspective, if tomorrow is not your best day, which I really truly wish and hope it is for you guys and for myself, tomorrow is just another day, right? And you continue moving forward and you continue giving it your best shot. So with that being said, hopefully you guys like the mantra, and we'll move on to the first reel that I wanted to showcase you guys. And it's another, it's a quick reflection of the limited time we have here in this realm. So when I saw this, it gave me a different perspective that we only have, I would even want to say, less than 90 squares in our lifetime. Check this out.
I'm going to show you something that will finally wake you up for good. Imagine this is 1 year, and this is a decade, and this is what your entire life looks like, from your first birthday cake to the last one at 90 years old.
So right there, it says 90 years old, but I believe the life expectancy of a human being is far less now. I believe now it's possibly maybe 70s, give or take. Eventually we can take a look exactly what the life expectancy is here in the United States, but even 90, you only have 90 squares of life, right? Like I said, now it's even less for most people.
It all seems so incredibly short, doesn't it? I'm sure you're very ambitious and have big goals you want to fulfill. But let me ask you this. How fast did last week fly by? These are all the weeks you have in your life.
That's something that I always deal with. Right? And I feel like my coworkers say this a lot as well. Like, oh man, this week freaking flew by. Same thing the following week. This week flew by. Over and over, like, damn, like, I can't believe it's already like almost time to go to bed, to sleep. And it's just an ongoing thing. But what we're not realizing, it's a day of our life that literally we're scratching off.
Each row represents 1 year. This is how long you get if you're lucky enough to live to 90. Each square represents a week, from Monday to Monday. You need to understand that your life is very finite. These 90 squares are all we get. We're alive for a very short time. It's just a fraction of the course of human history. But what you want to fill these squares with, that's up to you. Just make sure you don't regret it when you get to the last square.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind. At least that's something me, now that I have a 1-year-old daughter, that's something that I'm always considering, right? That I'm like, am I doing enough? Am I entertaining my daughter enough to make her childhood the best childhood possible? Just a couple minutes ago, I was asking Cello, I was telling her, like, hey, like, man, am I doing enough as a father, like entertaining the baby? Like, did we take her to enough places today? And it's just something that I deal with quite a bit now, because I'm like, I'm always thinking of my daughter, right? And I even asked Chela, well, what is it that you would do as a little girl? Like, what would they take you? She said, well, we would go to my grandma's house and we would just like play and eat there, or watch a movie there. And I was like, oh, okay, so it's nothing crazy that you were doing, right? Because in my head, it was like, oh man, I got to take my daughter to Disneyland. I got to take her to like the zoo, like all these different activities. And she's like, no, we would go to my grandma's a lot. And I'm like, once again, like I think I've talked about this in the past, and it gave me a little bit more of a peace of mind that nothing has to be too extravagant, right? And for instance, today with my daughter, I literally got her this sandbox so she can play, and she was super excited there. She was probably playing for about an hour there, and then I just spent a lot of time with her. But I feel like, man, like I don't want to have her enclosed into the house, so I'm always thinking of different places that I want to take her. But going back to this video that I just showcased, it's one of those things that I do want to be doing I guess some sort of bucket list for each month, right? Whether if it's a small trip to Julian, whether it's like, maybe going to the beach, something in that month that we scratch off. I think I've seen Arlene in some of your stories where you actually go to Julian, you go to different places like that and things like that, or you go down south. And for me, that's very motivating because I see all those memories being created, and I want to be able to do that, right? I want to be able to create memories for my daughter. Like I just took her to the zoo or to Disneyland for her first birthday. And I feel that constant pressure for myself. So when I saw this, I'm like, man, it's just another reflection and just another, I guess, something to keep in mind that, man, time is passing by super, super fast. And, just don't let it pass by. Time is so limited. And now going back to the post that Cynthia, you commented a couple minutes ago, I was very debating. I always question myself so many times. I end up doing it. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people question themselves and they stop themselves from doing things, right? But I question myself. I'm like, man, I don't know if this content is up to par. I don't know what people are going to think. And it had to do with this person that was inside of a casket, and the person inside of the casket ended up moving, and the kid that was looking at the casket, he was like, what the heck? He was in shock that the person moved, right? And I was like, man, like it looks too fake. I was telling Chelo, it looks too fake for me to post. People are gonna be like, like this is obviously fake, right? So I always second guess myself. But I'm like, you know what? I'm still gonna post it. Like I finally told myself, just post it. It's already edited, whatnot. And it just so happens it creates a lot of different, I guess, thoughts, and people's have always some sort of opinion. And Cynthia, you gave when you commented, I'm like, oh, you made it all worth it. The comment that Cynthia gave was, I think she mentioned that her somebody from her family had passed, and they did a reading to open the casket again for one of her relatives that passed. And when they opened the casket, it turns out that there was a lot of scratches inside of the casket because apparently the person was still alive, right? Even though they were pronounced death. And from what I hear, I think that's something that used to happen quite a bit of time, like back in the days, right? That they would pronounce people that have passed, but in reality, they weren't fully like they hadn't really passed already, right? They were still alive. So yeah, so Cynthia, when you dropped that comment, I feel like, okay, she made it all worth it, right? Because there's another talking point. Let me see what Arlene is saying. It's about creating memories with the kiddos and having quality time. Yeah, I agree. Do you guys have, I'm not sure if Cynthia or Arlene, if you're still here, But do you guys have core memories, right? Because some of the memories that I have personally, it's on, and it's very similar, like very simple things, right? Like I've talked in the past that my dad used to take me to go watch airplanes. He would literally take me to like park in front of the airport, and we would see airplanes taking off. And for me, until this day, at 37 years old, I'm still remembering those little memories. And then he would take me to Chuck E. Cheese a lot and to the beach. And as I'm speaking right now, it gives me peace of mind because, like, man, those places were not really too extreme, like spending a lot of money type of thing. Maybe Chuck E. Cheese you actually have to spend, right? But it's nothing out of this world. And or traveling, I don't remember we traveled. And for me, I love my dad, right? So as I'm speaking, it's given me some sort of like, once again, peace of mind that, okay, I'm not doing too bad as a father, right? And it's just like, maybe I just have this pressure because I just want to like be the best at it possible. But yeah, that's something that I've been dealing with ever since my daughter was born. On just, I want to be the best dad as I possibly can. All right. So for some reason, moving along, it's crazy how the algorithm works in social media. But for some reason, I watched the video. It had to do with Switzerland, and then I just been getting a lot of videos from Switzerland for whatever reason. And the videos I've seen of Switzerland, they're freaking beautiful, and it almost looks like unreal. And there's a video I want to share with you guys. Well, and then I'll share why I think it's amazing. Like, here, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So I saw a piece of here, I might have to lower down the music for this for copyright and reasons, but check out the scenery. Look, it looks freaking unreal, right? Switzerland looks out of this world. I know there's many videos of like Instagram or TikTok versus reality videos, right? But this looks like paradise. So I clicked on these videos, or I watched the video that came on my feed, and then I've been getting nothing but these videos all over again. But apparently a lot of people that have posted about Switzerland, it almost seems like this is a really truly magical place. And this video in specific that I'm gonna share with you guys, it talks about that people in Switzerland are so honest that they trust people to pay without even having no cameras or no cashiers. They literally trust the people to go get whatever produce they're gonna get from this box, and they trust you to pay. Check this out. Let me. So she's pretty much saying that, you know, they trust the people so much that they have little stands like this that you go and grab your produce and check it out. So they sell cheese here, and you go up to this little fridge. Nobody's there charging you. You get your produce from this place. So this is cheese. So you get your cheese. There's no cameras. And then you can, I guess, apparently you can drop your cash in this little box, or you have the option to do either like payment by card or by phone, and that's it. Like it seems so freaking magical, this place. That all you have to do is be honest. That's it. So freaking, I don't know. I think now with TikTok, there's so many different places that I want to travel to. One, it has to be India. Like, now that I've seen the structures and the freaking mythical the way that they built these structures in India. I want to go to India. I want to go to Machu Picchu. I want to go to Egypt. Now Switzerland looks out of this world. It doesn't look like there's a lot of I guess ancient civilization stuff that I enjoy, but it just looks freaking magical. And there's people that have moved from like the United States to go to Switzerland. And I saw this video that he said, oh, like my experience of living in Switzerland for like 3 months. And apparently they were saying nothing but good things. But so might be one of those destinations I end up going to. Let me see what Cynthia's saying. She's saying, core memory would be walking to church with my grandma in El Rancho. It's a different vibe. When you're in a small town, I remember the dirt, holding her hand, and she had her black rebozo. That's beautiful, you know, and it's nothing crazy. It's nothing like, obviously, just being a good person, I think, overall, right? From what I'm reading here, it's just being a good person, just, you know, doing your day-to-day activities and all of that. At the end of the day, just memories that we all remember. So thank you guys. Honestly, I really appreciate that. It brings a lot of, you know, just relief that I've been having. Just like, hey, just don't like be too hard on myself, right? And I really feel like I needed that mantra for this upcoming week. Just like, hey, you're doing okay. You know, I'm always thinking that I'm not doing enough, right? And I just want the best, not only for myself but for my family. I had this talk not too long, I think it was this past weekend, right? That as a man, a woman always has an expectation what a man should do. And I feel like, for instance, Chelo's car broke down. It was nothing serious. It was still drivable, right? But I feel like as a man, like I should know the bare minimum to be able to fix her car. And using ChatGPT, I was able to fix it. Like I luckily had this scanner. I put the scanner into the car, looked at the codes, took the pictures of the codes, ran it through ChatGPT, gave me different, like all the different possibilities it could be in, and we started can't say it. We narrowed down the possibilities on what it could be, and luckily I pinpointed what it was. I got the part, exchanged it, and now the car is running, right? But I always have these different expectations for myself. One, like I said earlier, being a good employee at work, right? Because I have to make an income. Then I have to be a good father for my daughter. I also have to be a good partner for Chelo, right? I have to, you know, do like man duties, like, you know, from cutting the grass, from like fixing things around the house, fixing their car. I have all these different, like, not I wouldn't want to say pressure, right? But as a man, I feel like you should be able to handle those type of situations. So I'm always constantly thinking, and also in the past, I think I had told her that you know what, like, hey, do you ever have worries of things like that? Like for instance, if we go to the streets, I'm always like, if we go, like, let's say wherever we're hanging out, right? Do you ever worry about certain things? And she's like, no, I don't really worry. I'm like, man, you know what? At least I think that's a good sign that I'm doing a good job in comparison to me. When we're out and about, I'm always looking around. I'm always like, make sure that the place is safe, at least to the best of my abilities. But yeah, I think as a man, I'd like to look at things differently, a little differently, right? But yeah, I needed the mantra to kind of like, you know, just to bring it down a notch, because I'm always thinking, you know, I want to be doing better. Like doing these lives, it's not the easiest. It's a little bit nerve-wracking, but it's just getting out of your comfort zone, because if you continue doing the same thing over and over, you're going to get the same result. So you want to do something that's out of your box, out of your comfort zone, in order for you to get a different result, right? So yeah, and I guess that's me doing the lives. It gets me out of my comfort zone. And at the same time, I enjoy talking to you guys, and I appreciate when you guys drop comments, because it, like I said, this is not about me. I really wish at one point it's just nothing but just going back and forth with each other, you guys calling in, so on and so forth. But in order for that to happen, I have to start laying down the bricks, right? one brick at a time, one step forward at a time, because obviously who's going to be calling in and all that stuff. Like, first you have to establish yourself. So this, for the people that join in, like, this is the 17th live. This is me stacking the bricks, eventually, hopefully I'm hoping at one point, and I pray to God that eventually all of this grows and you guys were part of the beginning stages that you guys saw when it was like 1 or 2 people. But it's those beginning stages that matter. And yeah, so I really value anybody that takes their time. Let me see. I'm glad you feel that responsibility of a man. Too many princesas out there. Princesas. Where did I see that? Oh, okay. You know what? I was watching. What was it? Princeso. I was watching. I think I was watching a podcast that had to do with, I think it was Jaylene Ojeda, that she was talking about like a princeso. And that was the first time I ever hear that term of a princeso. Like, what the heck? Like, I mean, obviously I try to like look presentable, right? But as a man, we have different expectations that, yeah, like the word princesa, like I didn't know where that comes from. But yeah, like obviously not. Like as a man, we have so many different responsibilities to live up to and be up to par. Mr. Seb, I subbed up a year ago. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. If there's anything in the specific of the content that you enjoy, please let me know. I think this is the first time I ever see you dropping a comment here on the live. So welcome. I appreciate you dropping by and leaving a comment. But just for my own knowledge, if there's any specific type of content that you enjoy or any questions about the content that I've released in the past, do let me know. This is an open conversation, and yeah, I appreciate you dropping a comment and subscribing to the channel. The main reasons why I started the podcast was mainly to, just express myself, have a place where people feel free to come and share their stories. Because at the end of the day, everybody has a story to tell, and I just wanted to create a space, a safe space that people come, share their stories, and document so many different like experiences that we all have. Because I used to enjoy, having bonfires and hanging out by the fire and just people telling like stories from generation to generation. And I feel like that kind of stopped, but with like having podcasts and things like that, it kind of brings that vibe into modern days, I guess. Okay, so did you hear about the pro boxer who wifed up and knocked up Cariñosa from Hong Kong? I think if I'm correct, I think you're talking about Benavides, right? It had to be Benavides, because whenever Benavides posts something or whatnot, they always talk about no, it's not Benavides. Fuck, he just boxed. I think he boxed Canelo Alvarez not too long ago, maybe like 2-3 fights ago. I know he's a Mexican boxer. I forgot his name, but I did hear about it because every time that he boxes, they always mention that about his wife. If you do know who the boxer is, do let me know. San Diego 760. Okay, cool. So you're from San Diego. You created the Heine podcast. I released a podcast with them. But yeah, I didn't create the Heine's podcast. But yeah, they're pretty dope. We had an episode, and hopefully we're able to link up once again pretty soon. But yeah, like I was saying, just going back to that, like I was saying, that podcast and all of this, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed having organic and genuine conversations with people. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and I'm glad a couple people have been able to listen to those stories through the podcast. I know people have done ayahuasca because of the podcast, so I value that a lot, because I feel like that type of knowledge of that plant medicine, it's so sacred, and it's so not spoken about enough, and there's a lot of misconceptions up until this point, that I feel like me just talking about that and releasing episodes about that, I'm putting my grain of salt in there, right? And more people are learning about plant medicine and ayahuasca, because it's just plant medicine and ayahuasca, it's so like it's magical. It's truly, truly magical. And I hope at one point everybody in their lifetime at least does it once, because I believe in it that much. Jaime Munguia. Yeah. It is Jaime Munguia. There we go. Yeah, I keep on seeing that that she used to work at Hong Kong. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not sure if like people say that they have like facts and videos of that girl that worked there, but who knows, man? Hey, it's crazy. There's different things to take that, right? Because obviously if she worked there as a cariñosa, like, man, she has a past. Everybody has a past. She was getting paid for it, and there's other people that, or women out there, that are not getting paid for it, and they're out there doing their thing, man. They're wilding out. But yeah, it's crazy. All right, moving along to the next post that or next talking point that I wanted to release. It's with AI, and I was talking to Arlene. Arlene was my last guest, which I'm releasing that podcast this upcoming Wednesday. But we were just talking about like how AI, it's getting more and more crazy, that we're not even going to be able to distinguish what's reality from like reality or fiction, right? We just can't tell. And at this point, it's just getting more and more wild out there. And who knows how the world is going to be like in the next upcoming years. It's just a lot of things are going to change. And now like I see a lot in my feed, and I don't know if, man, I just don't know how everything is going to change. And I don't know if your guys' algorithm is the same, but literally every other post that I scroll, it's an AI video. I think the following videos that I'm going to be showcasing, I think it's AI. But man, they're looking so realistic that I can't even, like, you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference unless you actually analyze it. So AI is getting more and more wild now. Certain church, oh wait, this is a whole different one. I was going to talk about a different one, right? But this one is wild. You know how there's different churches out there that they will do like scenarios where, I think I saw one where the pastor took off his jacket and he started like hitting people with his jacket, and he like people would fall to the floor, and supposedly he was healing them, and like he had like special powers by God, so on and so forth, right? But now I feel like with AI, they're like a lot of churches are gonna be able to fool people for monetary reasons. Check this out. So with this video, it's just like now they can pretend they're doing some sort of freaking like trying to save these people from an entity. And now if they post that, especially for older people, they're going to see these type of videos and they're going to believe in it. And they're going to be like, oh man, this pastor cured so-and-so, so let's go there, right? Because they're the truth. So yeah, let's watch that video again. It's freaking crazy and realistic. Look at that, man. That's freaking wild. And look at the people, man. They look so freaking real. Let me see if we can find any flaws in these videos. Maybe this person. I think this person's missing a hand right here. Yeah, I don't know. It's getting wild out there, so don't get fooled. I remember now. There's something that I wanted to talk about before this. I think I'll talk about it briefly, just in case you guys ever run into this. But separate from this, right? But if you're a homeowner here in San Diego, apparently they have this scam going on that it almost got me. Like when I got home, I got like, first, before I do that, right? I see Joanna. What's up, Joanna? I think you're laughing about the wife of the boxer doing her thing. Yeah, wild. But yeah, so apparently they have this scam going on. At least here in San Diego, it happened to me. I came home from work, like I had an okay day. I come home and I pull up this letter, and my whole morale goes down, right? Because this whole letter is saying, hey, we've been trying to contact you, and like you have up until like it was like 2 weeks, like a due date of 2 weeks, right? It's saying like you have 2 weeks. We've been trying to contact you, and you need to fix this of your house. And if you don't fix this, your home insurance is not gonna renew, and you're no longer gonna have home insurance. And if you're a homeowner, you obviously need your insurance. So I'm like, what the heck? Like, and I even asked like Chelo, like, hey, have you seen other letters that I haven't looked at? Because it's saying that I received other letters, so it tells me to contact this number or like an email account, so they can begin like helping me through the process. I'm still skeptical at that point, right? I'm still skeptical, but they literally had an aerial view. I think they're even using drones. They're using drones to take a picture of your overhead view of your house and your land, and they're like pinpointing little things, right? And they're saying, look, you have this, and this that you need to fix. So I'm like, what the heck? So I put my number, put my email. Then right away they try to call me, they try to email me like, hey, like we can get started now, like we'll get you in contact with whatever like contractor we need so we can fix this and your insurance can continue, right? So I'm like, it seemed too fast. It seemed too fast that they wanted to like get started. So the following day I called my insurance. I'm like, hey, is there any things that I need to fix for you guys? Am I like in violation in anything? Like, what's the status of mine? No, everything's good. Your insurance is actually going to renew in November, December, and yeah, you're good to go. Like, I don't see anything here. And I told them, of what's going on. They're like, oh, I'm so glad you actually brought this to our attention. Right now they have other types of scams that they're getting more and more like, I guess with AI and all this like now technology of using drones and footage and like pictures and all, they literally had a picture of my house, and they said that they're just getting more and more like I guess they're making it seem more realistic with their scams. And she's like, yeah, I hadn't heard about that one, but thank you for bringing it up. But just so you can have like a good peace of mind, yeah, you're all good. Like, oh man, but that like couple of hours after work were a little bit like not necessarily ruined, because of like, well, it is what it is. Whatever I need to fix, I guess I'll fix, right? But yeah, it's just one of those things that if somebody actually like moved forward with that, they would have been scammed. And from what I heard, I even chat GPT'd it, right? So what I heard is that they'll make it seem like you're in violation, and they'll tell you to contact so and so from this company so they can help you with that. So once they help you with that, they have their own contractors that you hire. So essentially, I think what it is contractors that they're trying to get clients by doing these type of scams, right? So they'll say like, oh, you're in violation of this, but however, we can get you in contact with this contractor so you can fix your house. And that's how they get clients in business. So it's freaking wild that they're doing this. It just I wanted to bring it up just in case you guys run into that. So just an FYI, I'm not sure if it's happening elsewhere, but at least here in San Diego, it happened to me. So I see, dude, that's crazy. Going to be on the lookout for those type of scams. Yeah, for sure. I know other scams in the past, people have gotten scammed, but at least for now, the house, this is the first one I ever run into. So yeah, just be on the lookout. Mr. Sev, I think, yeah, he's really into this one. So he's saying she was spotted in HK in 912. She's been around HK for a while, but a few years back, she ended up marrying him, then left the industry for a while, unless things are rocky in her relationship. I don't know why. Oh, what the heck? So just recently? That's insane. I haven't seen any of that. If you do have any clips, man, or any TikToks, I feel free to send them through Instagram or TikTok, and we can pull them up. But that's crazy. That just that was like a month ago. That's insane. Hey, man, she has to make her money one way or another, right? If the boxer guy is not giving any money to her, then she has to do what she has to do. But yeah. Moving on with that, now going back to the whole AI thing, like I mentioned, Man, by the way, do you guys get freaking AI videos like myself? Like I said, every other video that I'm scrolling through, it's like an AI video, right? And this next video that I ran into, I personally think and want to believe, right, that it's AI, but which I think it is, right? But what it was a mermaid was captured, and this is by far the clearest video of let me say it again. So a mermaid was captured, and this is by far the clearest video of a mermaid thus far. Check it out.
Тяни, тяни! Держи ее, не отпускай!
Да она вырывается, смотри.
Чёртова! Держи ее за голову!
Осторожно, зубы!
На месте, гадина!
Крепче,
Сидеть!
крепче, я вяжу!
Yeah, that's freaking wild. Even the way that the mermaid was like trying to escape from it. We've said it over and over. And now with AI, we can't even tell what's real or not. So let's check out some of the comments, see what they're saying. Yeah, going back to that, I think this is the reason why they introduced AI to us, and is to confuse us, not knowing the difference between real and AI. This looks too real. That's the clearest mermaid video I have seen. Suelten a mi suegra. They got her. So yeah, it's getting crazy. This is another mermaid video that I saw, and man, they're looking too realistic. Check this out.
Hold it steady. What the hell is that? What's those teeth? It's trying to bite!
Yeah, man, that's insane. Let me see what the comments are saying with this one. AI has made us not to know what real sirena mermaids look like. Yo buscando sirenas captadas en cámara, miren en el buscador. Huh. So, sirena, yeah, you see, everybody's like, yeah, it's getting wild, man. But it's very unfortunate, like now, unless you see it with your own two eyes, and even that, question it, right? But yeah, we no longer can distinguish what's real or not. And I had just told Arlene in yesterday's podcast that we recorded, like before you would be able to see the little Sora AI to like almost like a watermark that you would be able to distinguish if it's AI or not, right? Like to kind of separate what's real or not. But now these videos right here, they don't even have it anymore. So wild times that we're living in right now. And then more and more jobs are going to be taken away from AI. This past week or two, like our company already like implemented AI that we can start using AI for our work. I personally don't like it because it's very like secluded to not the whole internet. It's because they obviously had to keep some certain things confidential. But if they're already implementing it, and a lot of people are going to start losing their jobs pretty soon. That's what I think about AI. They release it so they can confuse us more. Exactly. Totally agree. So I think that's pretty much all I have for this live. I don't have any other videos to react to. If there's anybody that wants to call in, I think Sev, I think you mentioned that you had subbed a couple of times. Not sure if you caught this at the beginning of the video, but I do have this hotline. If you guys want to drop messages, or if you guys want to send us videos to react to talk about on the next live or whatnot, drop them to this WhatsApp or to the Instagram or TikTok of Nomas podcast, and we'll go ahead and talk about it. Like even today, talking about Munguia's either current wife or ex-wife working and being spotted at Hong Kong. If you want to share anything like that, we'll share it next week and we'll talk about that. But yeah, ultimately, if you guys have a good story to tell, if you guys want to talk, and man, this is like literally the place to do so. I'm an open book. I'm willing to talk just about everything I would want to say. So yeah, if you guys don't have any other things to chat about, remember the mantra like ChatGPT told us this week. Let's move with intention. No pressure. Take away the pressure. Let's stop chasing and start aligning. Align yourself, right? So don't force things, because whatever's meant for you, it's already forming. It's already manifesting in the spiritual realm. So just keep that in mind. You know, there's a quote in Spanish, right? Lo que es para ti es something like that. Lo que es para ti es para ti, aunque te muevas o te quites, something like that, right? But whatever's meant for you, it will manifest. Your job is just to continue showing up with discipline and faith. I also have a tattoo here that says walk by faith and not by sight, because with sight you're going to be distracted with like all not seeing the fruits of your labor manifesting, right? So whether it's small wins or big breakthroughs, we're stacking momentum, not comparing, no doubting, just flow. Let's lock in and make this week count physically, mentally, and spiritually. With all being said, my name is Angel Houseman. If you guys have any final diebacks, if you guys want to mention anything, I sent it to your IG. Okay, this is I think this is one, unless you guys have more, but let me see if I can pull up that video that Mr. Sev just sent. Let's check it out. Let me see if I can find it. I think I found it. Let me see. Oh, it's a Reddit one. What the heck? Red light district. Fuck, I don't know if I can play that one. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh shit, it's telling me yes, I'm over 18. Let's see if I can pull it up. It's not letting me pull it up. Okay, so for some reason I can't. Maybe I need to be logged in, but I can share what they're saying. They broke up, and we've been reporting her. They broke up, and we've been reporting her. They're already there past few weeks. 300 for a high mileage. Oh man, like this is wild over here. In my opinion, she's not worth it. I had her before she was famous, and oh man, yeah, this is wild. Okay, so it's just a post. Yeah, so everybody's saying that she's back in there. That's crazy. Wow, that's insane. Okay, so it's not a video, but there's other ones with pictures. Oh, that's insane. Damn, that sucks, man. Like it really does suck. I mean, like I said in the beginning of the life, like we never know what people are going through, but if she was like out there, like, you know, living a luxury life with this boxer and now having to resort back to going to HK, it's insane. But I didn't know that, man. So I guess, I mean, I don't talk about this too much, but I guess thank you for sharing that. I didn't know that. Now I'm gonna look it up on TikTok, see what I can find. But any final diebacks? Seb, thank you for joining on this live. We do this I try to do it every Sunday, 8 o'clock. So if there's more other things with HK, fill us in, man. Keep us updated. Or any other type of content, you know, conspiracies, anything like that. No nudes. Yeah, keep us updated. And I think that's it. I appreciate everybody that showed up. I saw Arlene, Cynthia, Joanna showed up, Seb. I miss my cousin not coming in today, but I'll reach out. Hopefully everything is well with him. And any other people that I might have missed or that didn't comment and decided to show up, thank you once again. Stay tuned for this Wednesday upcoming podcast with Arlene, talking a little bit more of her ayahuasca experience after her experience, and then a little bit more topics that we touched on that one. And cool. Till next time, thank you guys. Appreciate that. And remember the mantra.